All right, back out in the garage. Tonight's project, I'm gonna work on trying to weld up the ramps for Dad's trailer. Just cause I don't feel like trying to figure out how I'm gonna fix that mess for my splitting stands tonight. Yeah, Mama come home with a migraine headache, so she's taking a nap. She didn't like parking on this stuff, so the more of this I get welded up into ramps for Dad's trailer, the sooner I can get this out. All these rugs, I use these like, oil changes in the wintertime. I'm old and I'm a sissy and I don't like laying on the cold concrete, so we'll throw a couple of these down. Anyway, I went ahead and measured the length of my runners, side pieces, whatever, marked the center, got my little handy square there, making sure I'm mostly square enough. I don't know. We're calling it square for now. A piece of scrap copper wire. I don't know what I did with my scrap bucket and stuff. I don't remember. There. Put it there for now. I want to get this tacked together, and then I'm going to have to figure out the spacing because I'm going to have, where'd they go? These pieces here that go on the end that will create the little hook, lip, whatever, will actually hook on the trailer because there's a piece on the trailer that does that thing. Yeah, so I can get my spacing figured out, and then yeah, we'll get this thing tacked up, and we'll if it looks good, well, I'll get that tacked in, and maybe another one somewhere to make sure we're going to stay square-ish. Mostly. Yeah. Anyway, this is kind of a design it as I build it sort of thing. So, yeah, I'll be back. All right, back out on the ramps. Kind of got it all laid out. I don't know if you can see them or not. I got little white marks, soapstone marks. That's where the edges of all my cross pieces are going to go. I found out pretty quickly when I put my first one in trying to weld it in that the old Lincoln 100 dual purpose wire feed welder doesn't like, with flex core wire, doesn't like cutting through the rust. So we've got the wire wheel of death in the angle grinder, and we're going to go clean up the rust. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up the rust like along here, and then kind of angle it up, or maybe all of it on that, whatever. Clean it up so that when I put my piece in here like this to weld it, that I've got good clean metal here, and up the angle, so I get good welds, and then we'll clean up the ends of that as well. And then, yeah, so I got some wire wheelings to do. Alright, back on Dad's ramp project. I got the first one all tacked together. I got my end pieces wire wheeled and cleaned up. But I'm not doing any more welding until I fix this turd. The switch is bad. The spring is missing or something. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to show up or not, but these are like all the pieces of wire I cut off because it kept feeding wire after I let go of the trigger because the trigger sticks. So I can Amazon a new one off the, that river store. I think I'm going to check with my local welding supply shop, see if they can get me, because it's a Tweco, which is that's a jet heater right there. Tweco is a pretty well-known, it's a big name brand welding whatever company. See if I can just get just a switch. If not, it's like $22, $3, something like that off Amazon. I'd rather give the money to my local guy. But anyhow, that's what she looks like from the backside. I got, like I said, I got these pieces here. And when I ever get a good answer from Dad, these pieces will go on here like that. There's going to be some gap between here and here. And this is what it's going to hook on the trailer. And I'm going to build it so that it doesn't matter which end is which. You just throw it down on, you know, because I got this one for this end. Same piece, go down there on that end. So when you walk up the trailer, it doesn't matter how you walk up the trailer, whatever, whichever end you got facing forward is going to fit on the trailer. So anyhow, I'm going to pick up my stuff. Puts her away. Mama's still battling the migraine, but it's all tacked together. The welds aren't great. After I knocked the rust off, it got a whole lot easier. Now that I've got it tacked together, when I get the good trigger on there, I think I'll be able to find a much better angle to attack this thing to get good welds on it. If I don't, the welds are going to be more than sufficient for what we're going to do, because there's going to be enough of them sharing weight that if they don't hold up, we'll grind it out. We'll take it down to the farm, we'll fire up the old 225 Lincoln Buzz box, and that's what she'll look like on the web mostly. You know, this will be on here like this ish, but still, I mean, if we can't climb that and get up on the trailer, we're not sending it hard enough, right? Huh. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's discoloration in the metal, in the rust. That's from the heat. So I must be getting a little penetration. My welds might. Oh, now you're going to shut off. My welds might be better than I think. But anyhow, that's what we're building. Dad didn't like the hump, thump, 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 thump of the ramps on the other trailer we got. My trailer, his trailer, whatever. I think he's paid for both of them, but one of them is my name, one's in his name. I don't know, whatever. It'll all work out in the it'll all work out in the probate hearing with the will, I guess. Whatever. Anyhow, that's one. I'm gonna build another one just like it. I'm hoping. I sent Mom a picture of the pieces and said, "Hey, show Dad." Asking him, because Dad doesn't text message on his flip phone. Mom does. She's got a tablet or something. I don't know. Anyway, hey, show Dad. Find out how much gap he thinks we need. And I haven't heard back, and I'm about over it for the night. There's lots of welding to do. I think if I can stand up a little bit so I can get like, so my weld gun is down in here. Yeah. Oh, good Lord. Heavier than I wanted it to be, but I don't think it's as heavy as the ones on my trailer, because it's all made out of C-channel? I don't know. But I could have made it lighter if I'd have made them shorter, but the problem with making them shorter is it's steeper angle. I don't like climbing steep hills. I'm an old lazy guy. Steep hills are lots of extra work. So anyhow, all right, that's got Mama's spot cleaned up mostly. Let's get this rug out of the way. All right, we're cleaned up. Put away for the night. That's all. You know what we might do when we weld this thing? Just lean up against the door, so we're welding, you know, kind of flat. And I don't know. We're gonna weld up best we can. We might just put real short tie. I don't think I need full welds across this, and I don't think I had a full weld the whole thing, but we'll weld it up, and yeah, we'll see. So anywho, nothing else. It's a heavy duty freaking ladder, that's for sure. So I'll be back.